Now today we have the Chery Tiggo 7 Pro Max. If you are wondering why are these Chery cars so popular, find out in today's video. So as I said guys, we got the Chery Tiggo 7 Pro Max. Now if you look at this car, right, you'll see it's got all the bells and whistles. It's filled with tech. It's got very comfortable seats. It's got an exceptionally great steering wheel. It's got a good amount of kilowatts. It got lane keep assist. It got start and stop, smart entry, powered tailgate, sunroof. I mean, the works. It's absolutely spacious. Bluetooth connectivity, auto sensing rain wipers, 19-inch alloy wheels. That's just some of them, right? And there's a lot of tech in this car. As you can see, there's so much for me to mention in this car, and that's because it has so much. Now you might be thinking, what would a car with that much of features have in its price tag? I will reveal that a bit later. In terms of engine, this is a 1.6 liter turbo and it is really fast. Guess how many kilowatts this car has? 145 kilowatts of power and 290 Newton meters of torque. Now I will chat a bit when we take this car for a drive about one thing that's not particularly nice, but you guys can decide if that's a train smash to you or not, right? That's up to you completely. I'm just going to reveal what I think about the car, basically my experience of this car from driving it and from what I'm seeing compared to other cars, and you guys can make the decision. Will you test drive this car or not? Would you put it on your list of cars to potentially buy or not? Chery says 0 to 100 in 8 seconds. Let's test it out. I'm just joking guys. I'm not going to test that out. I'm going to take this car for a drive and let's chat. With all the features, with all the tech, how does this car actually drive? Let's go guys. Firstly, you can see seat belt. Now I didn't have my seat belt on earlier because I wasn't driving. I was stationary. So guys, before you drive, always remember to put your seatbelt on. Okay, so that's it. Talking of seatbelt and safety, I do have a video on my channel about driving safety. So head out to the channel. I'll link that in the description box below. And you can have a look, scroll through the channel, you will find that video. And it's very, very important, especially now we're getting into winter. And I do have some safety tips there on about how to drive in the rain and how to be cautious about other people and, you know, how to drive with safety in mind. It's really, really important guys. And guys, please, you know, engage with me here. Are you in the market for, are you watching this video, right? Comment with a number 1. We can confuse some other people that are in the comments. If they haven't watched the video and they see people commenting number 1 and number 2, they're going to get confused, right? So comment on this video with a number 1 if you are interested in buying a Chery, or comment number 2 if you're just here out of curiosity. You just want to know, what are these Chery cars all about? You have no intention currently, well in the future you might, but currently you have no intention of buying a Chery. Put number 2 if you're curious, and number 1 if you actually want to buy one. Guys, if you've been following the channel and watching my reviews quite often, then you know what I want to bring into a car review is not just the technicalities of the car, not just a spec sheet, but also the drive and the actual feel of the car, because you are going to spend a lot of time in this car. And I personally know like quite a lot of people that are looking for cars at the moment, and they actually, you know, when they meet me, they chat to me wherever I am, maybe give me a call, or when they physically see me, then they want to know which cars to go for. Now I can see how time consuming this process is, right? Looking for a car, it's not easy. I mean, sometimes you need to take time off work and go test drive these cars. It takes up weekends, and you need to make a lot of logistical arrangements to actually test drive these cars. Now what happens if you have a list of 10 cars? How are you going to manage that? So what I want to do in my reviews is give you an understanding of the car, then you can actually put it onto your test drive list or not. So I can do the heavy lifting for you, and then it'll help you to narrow down your search. Now firstly, when you get into the car, you are exceptionally comfortable. Now I know that's a very, very top priority of almost everyone that wants it. They want to be comfortable when they're driving. The actual leather used is very comfortable. Like if I put my head back, it's exceptionally comfortable. The armrest is located in a very good position. You can adjust your steering wheel adequately up and towards you, and up and down. And you can also automatically adjust your seat, so you don't have to manually do that. There's very easy buttons at the bottom to do that, right? I'm not going to do it now while I'm driving because I'm in my position now. Got all-around electric windows, which is good. Bluetooth connectivity, Android Auto, everything works very well. They've got an AI robot as well to make things easy. It's not exceptionally responsive like the Omoda. The Omoda one is a bit more responsive. The AI robot, not as responsive as this Chery, but nonetheless, it's a small thing. It's something that's very convenient, but it's not something that's going to be a train smash in your purchase. One thing I'm very happy, I did say that I drove the previous models, the Chery Tiggo 8 Pro Max, and I did find that the steering wheel was a bit too slippery And when I was on the freeway, you know, at 120, when you're changing lanes, your hand does not feel very comfortable on the steering wheel. Like, you don't get a nice grip. And that's the first thing I noticed in this Chery Tiggo 7 Pro Max, is that the steering wheel is much better, and they have really upped their game. So I'm very happy about that. And I think that's quite important in a car, because you don't want your hands slipping while you're driving. In terms of the actual drive, that also feels better. The engine does feel a bit more refined. It has good power. The one thing that is, you probably have to toggle it off. I haven't actually seen, normally in other cars, I'm just looking now, it's very easy. Normally it's just a touch of a button. I might be missing it, but the start stop function when you're at a robot, so it's not as responsive as some other cars I've tested. So when you let go of the accelerator, you actually have to wait maybe even a second, so it doesn't switch on straight away after the start stop function comes into effect, right? And then also when you press the car, let me just press it now. See, I hope the video never shake there. Okay, but did you see that lag? So there was a bit of a lag there, and that, but I mean, you can get used to that. Eventually, once you drive the car for a while, you'll figure out how the car works. So in terms of disadvantages, I would say maybe it's that lag, the start stop, but that you can toggle. And the other disadvantage is the fuel efficiency. But if you're looking, I mean, guys, you got to work this out, right? You're paying 610,000 for this car, and honestly, a car with this kind of tech generally would be paying between 800 to $1 million in other cars. So potentially you're saving 200 to 400,000 rand on this car, and you might be spending a lot more in fuel, but the amount that you save on buying the car, I don't think you're going to be spending that much on fuel. So overall, it's a value for money proposition. If you have a family with kids, then the boot space is very good. The back space is exceptional. This Chery Tiggo 7 Pro Max, it's a good package. It's value for money. You're getting a great warranty. You're getting exceptional features. You're getting your powered tailgate. I mean, so many features. And guys, personally, if you are in the market for a Chery, if you've looked at the Chery Tiggo 4 Pro and you think it's a bit too small, if you looked at the Chery Tiggo 8 Pro Max and you feel that's too big and you don't want a 7-seater, then guys, this Chery Tiggo 7 Pro Max is actually the sweet spot of the range. Not too big, not too small, great power to weight ratio, great features. This new model is exceptional. It's much better than the previous ones, and overall a very nice car. So guys, what do you think of the Chery Tiggo 7 Pro Max? Is this the first time you're watching a Chery video? Or maybe is this the first time you're watching a Chery video by me? I hope you found it valuable, and I hope you know now why these Chery cars are becoming so popular. Is maybe today while you're watching the review, if you can think about your day, I'm sure you must have seen a Chery vehicle on the road, and that's because they're coming with value for money, and that is the number one thing in a consumer's mind today, is value for money. So guys, I hope you enjoyed the video. Like the video, subscribe to the channel, please guys. Don't be of the 95% who's watching this video and not subscribed. Be of the 5%, guys. You will be the top 5%. Subscribe to the channel, share this with your friends and family, and I will see you in the next video.